Before we continue on and do anything else, we can save our file. So I'm gonna save it as 06. Just gonna hit plus again. Now I'm just gonna, once this is reset like we did in the previous video, I'm just gonna convert it to poly and then touch all those. Well, you can see that there's nothing because we've already attached them, so okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna reset the X form, convert it to poly and apply the material, the red one. So I'm gonna hide all for the moment and see what we have. So anything that's still gray needs to be checked and collapsed with all the modifier stacks. For example, like here, you can see we haven't collapsed all those. If I turn on turbo smooth, it will look like this, which is fine, but well, we're just gonna collapse it anyway. So I'm just gonna toggle this off and convert it to poly and apply the material, green one, as well as for the eyes. They're a bit more high poly than the other meshes, but that's fine. I'm just gonna turn off the turbo smooth itself and apply the green one and convert it to poly. And also I just want to make sure that this is in the center. So you can see it is, that's fine. I'm gonna select this piece. We've already collapsed it, just gonna convert it to poly and apply the material to it. The green one. We're gonna select the head itself, isolate it, and also apply the green, convert to poly. And now on the back of the head for the floaters, it's an entire floater, so I don't have to worry about it. I just need to convert it to poly and apply the red material. So all is left now is the hands. I just need to select one of the fingers. And you can see that they're already attached to each other, which is kind of useful for us. They have enough polygon definition on them as well, and we don't have to worry about the fingers. Actually, we're gonna do only a few fingers and then we're gonna place the others in a similar way like those. So all those are converted. I just need to select them and apply the green material. Oops, sorry, the green one, this one. So now we're just gonna select all those things. I'm just gonna hit unlink one more time just to make sure everything's fine. And now we're gonna save again just in case, and we're gonna save it as 07. And I'm gonna convert this to poly one more time while we have everything selected. And now we just want to hit reset X form, and very quickly we're gonna see where we have problems. For example, the floaters on hands doesn't have highlights. Let me check somewhere else. In the other places the meshes look normal. They're all fine so far. Probably this one needs to be moved outside a little bit, just like this. And now let's select the arm and let's apply normal to them, and now we have the highlights back, so this means our mesh is okay. So I can select everything and convert it to poly. So the next thing we want to do is apply a smooth group to the whole thing. I'm just gonna go and smooth. I'm gonna hit auto smooth. It's not the best thing we can use, but for our cases it will do just fine. We're just gonna not use those smooth groups in the turbo smoothing process, but I just want to have a better representation of highlights and so on. For example, like on the helmets and the other places. So I'm just gonna convert this to poly again, and now I will press M to open my material editor, and as well I just want to open the manage layer section. So here we have some layers that are not used, so we're gonna delete them, And I'm just gonna make this window smaller. Probably move the robot just like this so we can see it, and move the materials a little bit to the right. And now if you go on the side, you'll see the option select by material. Let me show it like this. Select by material. So we're gonna select our green material, and we're just gonna hit select by material, and to open our selection tab, and it's going to select us all those meshes that we have that are selected with green. So I'm just gonna select them. I'm gonna make a new layer, and I'm just gonna name this HP robots. This is high poly robots. So while I have those pieces selected, I'm just gonna apply turbo smooth on them. Actually, I'm gonna select anything. I'm gonna apply turbo smooth on it, and I'm gonna divide by 2 and hit isolate display. So this way, whatever we work with, it will look okay. We have almost 500,000 polygons. And now we just want to check everything is fine and so on. Everything looks okay. So the next thing we want to do is hide this layer and select all those pieces that we see. So we're just gonna make a new layer. Nope, sorry, we're gonna make a new layer. And we're going to add those to this layer. They're also hidden because we created them like this. I'm gonna talk about off, and you see this mark here. Well, we want to turn it on default because they're the layer we want to work with. And we're gonna select this, double click it, and change this to floater geometry. And now if I hide my robot and I hide my floaters, you can see I have only the pieces I'm going to retopologize. So this is what we need. This is what we're going to work with right now. I'm going to select my entire robot and paint it again in gray with high poly material, so we can see it much better. And now I'm just going to highlight a few things that we're going to do. Well, for example, now I'm going to select the green material, or actually high poly 2.matte, and I'm going to select some of the fingers and I'll show you why. So for example, we're just gonna make, we're gonna turn on the highlights for this. So anything you see now, for example, is what we're going to model out. For example, I can see that this piece is similar to this piece, so I'm gonna select this one, and that's one of the pieces we're gonna make. And I'm gonna highlight it with my other material. And all those pieces that are repeating themselves, well, we don't need to make them. For example, this one I don't need to make, so I can highlight it with this material. As well as we're gonna look at the joints now. So you can notice that we have same spheres up and down. So I can sacrifice in a way one of the spheres. The one down is a little bit different, but we'll keep it. The one on the arm is a little bit different than the one on the leg. So we're gonna texture them in a little bit different way. This one is okay. One of the eyes we don't need, so I'm just gonna go in edit poly mode and select this piece and just highlight it like this. So what I'm doing right now is I'm pointing out what are the things I'm going to model out and what the materials I'm going to use for those things. For example, some of those pieces you can see they are repeating themselves, and that's a good reason why I don't have to make them. All I have to do is model only those 3 fingers, and from them, and this one as well, and from those pieces I'm going to make out clonings of the rest fingers because they don't need to be perfect. This way I'm going to save a lot of texture space. This finger is the same like this one, so I'm gonna paint it in black as well, because you can notice the thumb is made from a similar thing. I'm checking all the other spheres. For example, we can hide this one as well, because I can take the one from the leg or from the head as well. For the one on the head, it's going to have probably a bit different material. At least that's how I see it at the moment. This one is a little bit different than this one. They're quite the same, just this one is a little bit squashed and squished down, and I want to keep it like that. So we've already highlighted all the basic things we have to retopologize right now. So in our next chapter, we're gonna start the retopologizing process, and I'm gonna show you a few quick ways we can achieve those things very quickly. And from there on, we're gonna move on to finishing the low poly on the robot itself.